Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources. The bus station is burning. We've got vehicles on the way, but my goodness, those people. Get out of the fire. Interesting. Okay, so welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is the rise of Cornoe, and we are doing... we're continuing our journey of industrialization to better support our comrades to the north in Novograd over here. So the idea of the series, as we kind of discussed very, very long time ago when we started, is that because we're kind of on the borders between the west and the east, we kind of have a bit of a tourist small town feel here that is now expanding to become, to kind of get into the Soviet fold a little bit more. But what we're going to do is we're going to use the technologies and stuff that we are kind of learning about from the West, and we'll better our Soviet comrades to the north by exporting the stuff that we build in our industrialization to them. So the idea is that ultimately, when we start building ships like over here, we will be importing the blueprints or getting the blueprints from, I'm guessing, someone at the pub down here about some of the kind of the Western ships, and then we will be exporting them to our Soviet comrades to further the progress of the motherland. So that's kind of in a nutshell what we're busy doing, and we are progressing fairly well in that regard. There's obviously a lot of other bits and pieces that we're still needing to do. We want to make sure our people are very happy, because that's the other problem that we have with kind of tourists from the West hanging out amongst our people, is that they come with their fancy clothing and tell us and spend their money and tell all the stories about what is good about the West, and we need to at least make sure our people are fairly happy in that same journey. So yeah, that in a nutshell is what we're doing. We are going to, I guess, start moving all these guys over to this side so that we can quickly finish off the canal. So I think that's part of it. We also want to have a bit of a look here, because we are on the cusp of finalizing this stuff here also. There's a lot of construction underway here, and it's going even quicker than I expected for most of this. So we will have all of this done long before our rail is actually up and running. And in that regard, let's have a quick look. Yes, the rail is progressing. So if I grab this guy, I just want to have a quick look. Who's building what at this point? We're only building 3 things. So what we need to do, I think I can close that out. What we need to do is we need to find how we're going to potentially expand this. I don't think we can get here in any way unless if we do it from this side. So let's start the construction from that side. So at least we'll try and get that piece done. At least we get everybody on board. Oh, assign a demolition project. Okay, we can do that if we would need to do that in the future. This will get here. Wouldn't mind getting all of that done. But okay, so let's quickly go and have a look here for a second. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's get our 2 depots in here. Ooh, stop doing that. Let's get our 2 depots in here. I think over here should be fine. So road vehicle depot, the free variety. I'm guessing I can build... I can build one. Okay, well, let's get a little bit of road vehicle interaction here. So let's move out the first one. Should be fairly straightforward to get that done, to be honest. We've got one over here, so let's demolish that one. Then we can move it over to the other side, and we can move both of them at the same time. That's the plan. Road vehicle depot, so we'll get this one in here also. So we'll just move these guys over. Hopefully they will do everything they need to do, like fill up on the way. So we've got all of those coming, and we will also get all of these guys to come on over. Okay, so that will we'll get that started. Now, a few things. We will have gravel over here. So we need, the plan would be that we would need some form of helicopter gravel collection, which I think is basically this one. Unfortunately, I'm just thinking. Unfortunately, I don't think that will work because we won't get a road. We should be okay. So what we'll do is we'll get the road to come in from the other side. I thought I'd get it from this side, but anyway, what we'll do is we'll get the road to come in from the other side. So gravel will be collectible over here. I guess that's the part for gravel. It's going to be fine. The 3 of them is fine. And then what we'll do is we will get our road connection up here. And that's okay. That's going to be workable. Once that's in place, we will... Let's assign the construction there so we can get that moving. Now, at the same time, this side and this side needed some helipads. So let's quickly have a look. The helipads, unfortunately, I don't think we can actually build them. But let's quickly have a look. So if we go helipads one more time. So Asphalt helicopter, I think was okay here also, right? Let's just find the spot that works. So we could do something like that. We could do something like this, but that doesn't quite work. That doesn't really work. This could potentially work. We could do something like that. I'm just not... So let me... We do it on this side. So if we flip it around... No, you can't. You really can't flip it around. So I wanted to see if we can't do a little bit of this, which doesn't want to work. We'll find a spot for it, though. So the concrete helicopter over there doesn't work. If we slot it in on this side, it's also pretty tight, really. Can we... Oh, and now we've got the path in the way there. Ah. Path is important, though. It's more important than the perfect helipad. Okay, so let's park the helipad. So let's just go to rooftop helipad for a second. If we were to squeeze this one... Yeah, this really doesn't want to work. That's going to clip in all the wrong places. But what I like potentially about this one is that... Oh, no. That's not on the ground. It's not. It's going to hover in the air, so that's not going to work. Red rooftop. It's the same thing as what we've done on the other side. So it's kind of... Does it? Is it on the ground? It's not on the ground, right? Yeah. Here we can clearly see it's not on the ground. Yeah, that's not going to work. So this one... My goodness. Okay, so that's a bit of a bummer. Let's try conventional. If we were to say... Oh, this isn't the one. If we were to say conventional helipad, this could almost work, right? I thought, yeah, this one was the problem. So we will have to, I think, get creative because this one just does not want to play ball. I was so hoping we could make that work. Okay, so fair enough. That's not going to work. I think we're just going to do... The asphalt one, I think, is just too extreme, guys. Because it's just... Well, it doesn't really matter, right? Because we won't be seeing this, but it's just way too high, right? Where is the asphalt? Yeah, so it's like right on the top there is where they're trying to make this work. Right, so we'll find a spot there where we can get the asphalt helicopter to go on top of the asphalt. Yeah, but really this is the one that's the problem. So if we just go with the rooftop heli. I think this was the one I thought about. Yeah, this one doesn't quite doesn't quite do us any justice, does it? So we could have something like this, right? I think that's ultimately what we're going to do. We're just going to have the helipad kind of almost be standalone like this. I think that's the only thing we can really do. It's unfortunate that it's not quite in there. I was hoping, is there some form of building we can potentially build? The one thing that would potentially make sense in this area, let's cancel it. Hang on, let's leave it there. I'm not sure we can build something over the top, but if we maybe say technical services, for instance, might be quite useful in this area. So if we grab technical services and we did that, I mean, it's not working at the moment, but we could get a technical services in here. We would need technical services anyway. So let's do that. Let's kill that one for a minute. And let's think about technical service just for a second. We're just gonna spend a little bit of time on it, because ultimately, if we are gonna do this with technical services, we need to make sure that it actually works, right? I was thinking we could maybe squeeze it in there, but I guess that's not gonna. Oh! Actually, it's quite close to working. That. It just doesn't want to. It just doesn't want to. Do we have anything else? If we do the normal, no, that's not even close to working. If we do the tiny, I don't think that's going to actually work. If we do this guy, I also don't think this will work, really. This might actually work. Apart from the fact that we don't really... I want it very close like that. Maybe let's have a quick look, see if that does do the trick. I'm not going to spend much more effort on it. Oh, you just need to find... It doesn't really want to... I mean, it says no, but those can't be clashing, right? Yeah, it's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Yeah. So yeah, I gave it a shot, but that's not gonna work. So let's clear this one out. We're just gonna do it a straight line in there. And get it all done. I'm not going to spend any more effort on that particular one. Okay, so unfortunately, we're not going to get any better than this, for instance, here, right? And we'll get it nice and close, and we'll assume it kind of works, and we'll get a path to it and stuff like that, right? Yeah, I think that's not too bad. There is a little section there that's not working, but for the time being, I'm quite comfortable with it. So these guys, these are not done yet, right? They're still busy being constructed, so that's okay. And then at the same time, what we'll do is we'll just get that in place. Does that mean we can build this? This does not want to build, so we have to ultimately build it ourselves. That unfortunately doesn't want to work. Oh, this is done. That's getting there. This is needing a little bit of support to get constructed. Excellent. Lots of construction activities. Now, the next piece, that can be built. That's fine. I've got no issues with that. This, I think we can build it. Let's just quickly have a look. I think the standard asphalt one will be fine. Nothing else is really going to work here. So I guess the asphalt one we can squeeze onto this. Let's just have a quick look. I just want to see how we're going to squeeze it in before we commit to the construction. We would like the asphalt helicopter. So the idea being, we need to understand there. Right, we're going to do that. Right, that's going to be the asphalt helicopter on the top of the asphalt plant. Right. Okay, so that does work. If we look at it a little bit from this side, I mean, we're making a little bit of a, but yeah, it's clearly on top there. It's going to be, that's going to look quite fine. So that's okay. We'll get all of this stuff underway. So let's commence construction on all of these on these items. So we're now restarting our construction here. That goes through there. No problems. All of that's done actually. Once we get this powered, we can start this working. This will be quarried stone. So we can store quarried stone in here. This will ultimately be gravel. So we'll store gravel in this one. That's through gravel processing. Gravel processing needs people to work here. We'll get it in from this side. This is still not constructed because that's not constructed, but this will need to get constructed over here. So all in all, that's pretty good. What's happening? Ooh, hang on. I don't have any. Oh, it is done. It is completely done. That little section through there, completely done. Okay, so what I'm doing now, let's have a quick look at the rail just for a second. So that's fine. Okay, so let's get our chain in here. We'll go that one over there. And we'll clear these two. And what we'll need to do is we'll need to get that one over there, chain over here, and then that one is probably chain over there and that one out like that way. That's all good. I think that should all work. I'll clear these two out. That's fine. Not too fussed by that. Excellent. Then what we can do is we can chain this one, get that one to go into that direction. Okay, so all of that should work. At the same time, we'll do a bit of chain work over here. I hope we're okay with this. This is fine. We'll do some, put a chain in here and a block signal out that way. These can all go because you can get to any of them. That's fine. So they can stay the way they are. This is still needing construction. So we'll leave that be. We'll probably end up constructing it from over here into there. So that is okay. Now the question is, this is one big intersection. So we probably need some signals in a few other locations. But for the time being, that's all good. Do we have construction underway here? Who's doing this? Where is my... I'm guessing I have a vehicle on the way here, right? Are they still riding this way? Okay, let's... Maybe I'm on the... Am I on the wrong... Maybe I'm on the wrong track. Let's get that one to go back home, and it'll go another route, I think. Because, okay, let's quickly... I'm just pausing it for a second so it doesn't start routing the same direction. So this guy is coming... Oh, it's not electrified yet. Okay. Hang on. Before I get too crazy with this stuff. It's not electrified yet. So we need to start the electrification journey here. Okay, so we'll do that. Everybody, that's fine. Do your thing. We'll need to do electrification. So this has been electrified up to here. But then that section is not. So we certainly need to start electrifying as well. There's a section here that's electrified, right? Oh, all the way through there. Okay, well, let's have a look if we can electrify this little section. Get that electrification going on. Yeah, please. And then we need to assign that so they can actually come and build it or do the electrification over here. Please come and do that as soon as possible. This guy should be able to get there and construct from this side to continue that journey. These are obviously underway doing their thing. Lots of little bits and pieces. Now, these guys should be over here, so let's continue this journey. We need to clear this out. Please clear all of this out, and then let's switch on here. And what we'll do is we'll start digging straight through. We'll fairly sizable section. We'll clean it up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the last little section of the initial canal, at least. I think there's other canals that we will be digging along the way, but for now, this is going to be it. We're going to maintain that kind of 100-meter mark that we can do our bridge with a double span across here and have like 2 directions of travel, really. I'm going to try and make it look about as natural as possible, really, but it doesn't have to be super natural looking in the sense that we know it's a man-made canal. We have, for the most part, we're respecting topography, but the topography just really doesn't work for us. We go straight through. The realism of it is it costs a lot of money to disrespect the topography, and for that reason, it's an economical reason why most cities kind of respect the topography. It's not because of aesthetics. It's now quite aesthetic to look at it that way because we're used to it. But in general, it's because of the economic impact of, doing something like this. But where it makes sense to build a canal, like a Suez Canal or a Panama Canal, for instance, they do it, even though it's very costly. So that's what we're saying. It doesn't matter that this looks less natural because it is less natural. Maybe these guys are getting their fair share done here. I hate it when it's at night. The night time just doesn't want to work for this, really. Also helps with the flushing. Not that flushing is an issue here, but you can imagine that it does help that there's not a lot of stagnant water in here. That could be a project to a health benefit also. I am concerned about the concept. Well, actually, it's the location of the pollution monitors that's causing the problem. So those locations are resulting in what we're seeing here, because they do spread out into, or their monitoring area also touches on the industrial area, even though there's no people living there. So can't really say just that little section. So you need to look at your placement of your pollution monitors a lot better to be able to really use that warning. At the moment, we really can't use it that well. So I think this is going to be it for the digging of the hole. Got it all digged out here. We'll probably expand it a little bit once we quickly measure it. So we are after, clear all of those, please. Train is waiting too long. I'll have a look at that in just a minute. Yeah, so we need to expand that a little bit more. Now, where is that train? Because I need to find it. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. Why were you waiting? Oh, you were waiting for someone to come back, right? No, so what are you waiting for? Well, at the very least, let's expand. So ignore the red signal and go straight ahead so the other guy can also do that. Because you'll be going onto the other direction, right? Yes, you will. So that's fine. We can get both of you to work at the same time. It's not a problem. Go again. So go both of you at the same time. That's fine. And I guess it's because there was someone on the line here. How's our electrification looking? Did we do it? Yeah, electrification is quite strong underway here. We'll get that done and then move on. And then this section is, there's a little section that's electrified. And then we'll electrify the next sections. Right? So it's kind of all working. And this should still be underway. Yeah, okay, fine. So there we go. So we've got the canal. That's pretty cool. It shows us the profile through the canal there. But what we need to do is expand the canal a little bit. So we need to push it into the various directions by leveling from the center. That seems to work pretty effectively for the most case. So, doing it on the one side might be fine. We don't necessarily need to do it on both sides. Oh, hang on. Just want to make sure where we are pushing it actually from the bottom though. So that should give us the extra distance we need to kind of get it to the 100-meter mark. Actually, we can push this back over here a little bit as well. Yeah, maybe doing it on both sides is a little bit easier than just doing it on the one side. And obviously we want to be clearing all of this out. That's good. That's good. Let's just clean it up a little bit on the edges here. I think that's going to be just fine. Now this is kind of a rock formation through here. So I guess what we'll do is we'll instead clean it up over here. So we'll have the guys come in neat, nice and tight on this approach, right? So you can go around here. That's fine. So we'll leave it fairly natural like so. Now, with that in mind, let's quickly move these. What's going on? I thought I could move them. Give me this. Yeah, there we go. I needed the tool. So we'll do that. That is 104. So that should be pretty reasonable. It's nice and 4 meters deep. So that's going to be no problem, I'm sure. We'll do that. And then a last finishing touch. What we'll do is we'll stop this and we'll quickly have a look. So the rail is going to come over here. We need to actually bear that in mind, that we need to raise this up actually, because it's not quite, I don't think it's anywhere near. So this is 6 meters. So we need a 20-meter uplift here. So what I will be doing is I will be trimming back this because we need to, let's not do that then. Get it all the way up to say there. So we give ourselves a little bit of room, but I don't think we need all of that room, but we'll clean it up a little bit. Do about, yeah, so I guess from here we're going to start raising it up to go over, and similarly the road needs to go over as well. But in the first instance, I just want to quickly see if our nice big span bridge can cut across here in a reasonable way. Bring it out a little further. There we go. That's perfect. See that? That is exactly what we want to see. Obviously, just higher. But there we go. So there we go. The canal is concluded. We've got it all said and done. 17,000 people in our glorious nation. So what we need to do, now that the canal is done, we can see straight through it. Got these little basins, which we can use for something. But we can quite comfortably see all the way through. Sorry. So quite comfortably see all the way through from the one side to the other side. Now the issue is getting our bridges to go across, right? That is the issue. So what's happening over here? All of this is actually under construction, so that's pretty good. That section is done, so let's make sure to assign some more construction over there. We will get our road connection in there, so we can make sure to assign that piece. We can definitely go ahead and assign. Ooh, hang on. 1, 2, 2. There we go. So we'll get all of those assigned. We can get this going. Oh, that's all built, ready to go. We need this guy built as well at some point in the not too distant future. That's been built. That's been built. Is there anything that's not built? This one is almost done. And other than that, even if we go underground, oh, it's this section. We still need to do these sections. These guys, oh, hang on. I need to assign crews that can actually bring us what we need here. Otherwise, we'll never finish this. So get this in there so they can do that. Why is this not getting done? So make sure we finish that. This is all done? My goodness. Okay, so we need to get power distribution going on in here. This is so close to spinning up. So close. So this is going to be prefab. So let's make sure to say this will be limit the amounts and just make prefabs 1 and oh, sorry, not steel. So we'll do 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Do that. So it's 100% prefab. That's fine. That's been assigned. That's been assigned. This one will be planks or boards. So this one will be limiting the amounts and will be 0. Sorry, not 1. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. So that will be boards. So we'll need to name this area. So if you've got a name suggestion, please let me know. This one is dropping off coal. Gravel is already here. It's dropping off coal. So this will be a coal storage, which we'll need to get here via train, just by the way. So that also means we need to build these guys. So this is a train aggregate loading. So we need to build that. So let's assign some construction crews onto here. We also can then assign the track builder to come and build these tracks for us. I guess at the same time we may as well build this and that and that. So just get everything built here, and then we'll get the track building underway also. Now there's a bit of an issue here in that we will need to babysit them because they can't go into various directions. So let's get the track builders over here. Almost at 7 million. Very, very comfortable with that number that I'm seeing. So let's get the track builder to come and make a start in here and come and build what we can there. Though I note that what we'll need to quickly do, just to make this feasible, is we'll need to allow for that, allow for that, and allow for that, and allow for that, and allow for that. So then it's okay. That will actually work, right? It needs to be babysat as well, but at least there is a chance that it won't get stuck. Okay, there we go. So these are all running up and running. Let's have a quick look. Oh my goodness, look at what is happening in terms of construction over here. The question is, can we assign this for construction? We cannot. We got this built though. I do wonder. Okay, so what we'll do is let's try something. We don't need this built straight away. So what we'll do is we'll try and do this, right? And then see about assigning some road crews over here, and we'll also get the rest of the building crews in here to come and build that. So then we might be able to build this one. So then you just can't continue the journey, but from this one you seem to be able to do one. So that's pretty cool. Can we quickly check potential walking distance? Oh man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful to see. Love it when it all comes together like that. Now, the next part of the puzzle, and I'm kind of hoping these guys can actually make it out all the way here. This has to go. We just won't be able to make this work. Even more might have to go. So if I go in here now, grab this guy again. Can't click it from that far away. There's still some other stuff that needs to be done. So let's assign a demolition project, and let's get this guy to come and do this. This should be pretty quick, right? We just needed to kind of get out here and do its thing. Look at this. Look at this. We're getting here, guys. We are getting here. And at the same time, that guy's moving as well. So what I might do is I might just suspend the construction over there and over there and over here and over here. We kind of limit our construction to this area here. Actually, I'll limit this construction also, and that one, and this one, and even that one. So now all of the rest of this will kind of get built, but we ultimately don't need that one. We need the other one. We need to kind of figure out how we're gonna. Yeah. Well, actually, we need to run a little something this way to make sure. Yeah. So we're not quite out of the woods yet. So there's a little bit of extra planning that we need to do in this area also. Okay. So with that in mind, can we please prioritize this quickly? I just want to make sure. Let's prioritize this one quickly. So the next one that comes out, please come and fix this. I guess it's not the big deal to get it done. Okay, now I want to quickly check what is this looking like in terms of wear and tear. Wear and tear is 0. It means that these guys are getting fixed. Wear and tear 9. So this guy is definitely fixing them. I don't know where they're fixing them, but they are fixing them. Maybe they send out there's something to go and fix them over here, but they definitely are. They're definitely fixing them somewhere. Okay, now the other thing I quickly wanted to have a look at is let's have a quick look at the overlay for the garbage. So that guy, some of this internal ones are struggling a little bit, but the rest is looking fairly reasonable. If we look over here, this is still pretty busy, even with the extras. Still pretty busy. These have come down a little bit, I think. That's still crazy high, actually. But I guess we're holding on with all the extra ones. But when you go, you see a vehicle parked, right? So adding more vehicles might not be the kind of key thing we need to do. We love to see a little track builder on its way here to come and fix a few things. Oh yeah. That's being built. So let's just make sure to assign all of these crews for construction. That's definitely, come on, get all of this built. I like it. So we're in pretty good shape from all of these perspectives. I'm still not seeing all this stuff. Oh, that has actually been done. That one's been done. This one's not been done. If that one's been done, we can start off over here. How much is this? Come on. Okay, I'm paying for that so I can make a start on this, because otherwise we are going to wait ages for these to be built. Is this one done? No, this one's not done either, but that's less important. I just want to make sure we get that tunnel underway. Is this almost done? It needs to be rolled, right? Oh, missing some asphalt over here. Here we go. Got some stuff being delivered. That's okay. Yeah, in retrospect, I'll do it slightly differently next time around. Here comes a track builder. Is there a track builder on its way over there? I don't always know. Oh, there's a track builder on its way out. Okay. Well, track building is going pretty quickly. We do need to electrify some more. Okay, so let's start the next section of electrification as well. Up to there. So we need those electrified. We want to make sure we are electrifying everything as we go. The idea with this one is that it's from here you can get over there, or then do that turn journey. So it's quite a complex interchange here, but I do like it. I think it adds a lot of character. Now, okay. How are we doing here? Have we seen a track builder come here? Ah, here we go. I want to just see this demolition, because this should be almost no effort whatsoever. So I just want to see what it does as it arrives here. Just want to keep an eye on it. Oh, yeah? Lots of effort. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm quite comfortable with that. Now the idea is I'll have to pull this back a little bit. I'm pretty sure of it. So let's pull that back up to about there. I think that's pretty reasonable, to be honest. And we'll switch this back on. And now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of heighten it from the center. I hope it'll kind of work. It will. So that's the starting point there. And this guy, is that guy? Ooh, that guy is lower. Okay, so if we do that, right? So now going to need to do a little bit of this to get it all on the same level. Okay, so that's a problem. I guess. Okay, so what is our level here? Give me a quick look at our level here. So this is 20, right? That is actually not bad. Okay. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to up it a little bit as it goes. But 20 for the meantime is not bad. So let's level it from the center here. We'll keep it nice and large for the time being. Okay, now we need to go up even more. So now from here we need to start going up a little bit more. So what's that level at? 24. Okay, so let's level it from that center point there. So that's about 26. We'll level this out a little bit more here. We'll do something like that. Try and help us out a little bit there. We'll see about smoothing this terrain just a little bit. But anyway, that doesn't really matter. Now, what we need to do is we need to go up even more here. Without necessarily going over the edge there. But this is actually working reasonably well. This is actually working really well. There we go. Now what's that level at? Almost there, and that should be the 28 mark. Okay, there we go. So now we need to level it. Need both road and rail in here. So I'm going to try and get it at least reasonably padded out. Okay, so now with that in mind, we don't need more room, but what we'll do is let's see road and the road. Ooh, and the rail and the rail. And let's go without the electrification for the minute. I don't really want it right next to it. So let's do that and that. Okay, so we're not quite there yet. So we need to go just a tad more. No, we're going up, please. Raising this terrain. Give ourselves a little bit more room. Excellent. That should be pretty good. And now we'll level it from the center over here. There we go. That's a good piece of space there. So now trying this again. So we'll do one right next to it. There and there. Anyway, that should be okay. And what we'll do is we will clear out that middle one. So there we go. So that's kind of the plan, right? Now, to see if this will actually work, the idea is to do a bit of this. That is actually pretty damn good. Okay, let's leave that be. The other option, obviously the other piece is the road. So do a little bit of this. Yeah, okay. We'll do a little bit of that. We'll do... Ooh. Does not want to go on that journey with us, does it? Okay, well, so anyway, so we'll do that. We'll try this one again from this side. Yeah, that's okay. So that's fine. Now we just want to make sure we can still squeeze in the rail now and see how that actually works. Okay. So that's okay. I'm going to keep trying to make that work. I do hope the rail works. Okay, so let's... I guess this is going to be way too steep for the rail, right? In reality, it's just too steep. I think I'm going to let it go because of the fact that we've got this canal planning in here and it's just been so tight. But in reality, what we needed to do is we needed to... And because we can't change it, can we? I think we should change it. If we can bring it up a little bit more, you know, over here, say, because we have to do it now, right? We're never going to get away with it later, right? We have to do it now. If we're going to do it, we're going to have to do it now. For rail, it's just a little bit too much, right? This one has got the benefit of nice, and this is why the road really shouldn't go over the top of the rail. We should have well, not if we've got a canal going over here. The benefit of having the road going over is that we could have these quite natural loops, and we've got all of these angles coming in. Let's quickly look at what's going on over here. You should not be waiting too much, I think. Just keep going. Yeah, that's fine. You guys are all good. Okay, so let's quickly. I just want to make sure. So what we want to do? Let's do this a little bit. Let's go back all the way there. That's fine. We should be able to pull this one back to say there. Let's do that. Okay, and then we want to do the same thing for this one. So let's switch off the snapping. So don't snap there. Okay, well just do that. Fine. So let's get this assigned for deconstruction and see how long that takes. Ooh, waste from demolition. Well, anyway, I'm not too. If we paid for it, it's so cheap. It's so cheap, and our track builders are, in reality, actually quite busy. I think. I know. Let's have a look. Let's just have a look. Give me this guy. They're not that busy. We can assign a demolition task over here. So let's assign it. Let's see. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it doesn't take that long to get it done. So let's get someone out there to go and do that. And at the same time, we could go about getting one of these. Right? Make some progress. And who are we? I guess is that. So we really have very little in terms of construction activity. So let's get another. So which are these pieces? I want to see. So we've got two pieces. Oh, yeah. Well, let's get another piece. There's an epidemic situation. Well, we definitely want to get that one moving. This construction is is bothering me. Get the construction crews here. Whoever you need to get here, just get them here so they can get it done. What's happening with this? Slowly. Anything else? Okay, let's go underground for a minute. Oops. Yeah, as we can see, there's some other bits and pieces that we can also quite comfortably make a start on. Go above ground. We can make a start on this, right? Build it, guys. Build all of this stuff. That. Get it built. Get all of this stuff built. Build whatever you can. Naturally assigning stuff, that's okay. We'll get all of these things built. But it's looking really good. We do need to get the power in place. So what we also need to do is get a few paths in here so we can construct that and construct this. Right, so let me assign some construction here and some construction over there. So we're actually in a pretty good spot to be doing our bits and pieces here. Where is my track builder? Should be almost here to come and do the deconstruction. Anybody assigned to the demolition task? Do we know who? Not actually telling us, right? Oh, actually, all related vehicles would show us this guy is on the way at 65 kilometers an hour, max speed, to come and get it done. So we will leave it for it to come and do its task. But it should be on its way. So kind of wondering whether at some point we'll be able to tie these together. We definitely want to do some more of the construction items. And let's see, how's the electrification going? It is done. So that electrification task is now completed. So the next piece can quite comfortably be done. So I may as well assign the next electrification task. This is the one going out that way. And let's see, where is my track builder coming out this way? Still nothing, but I would love to get that done. Got a couple more minutes in this episode, so I would love to see us quickly do that and then finish off what this side is. Oh, on that side, of course. Ooh, that's going to be tight. That's going to be really tight. So let's start making a little bit of moves here. We may have to replan some of this stuff, but maybe there's enough room for it to go down. I'm not too fussed about getting this down quickly, but what I will want to do is make sure that we've got a straight and then a turn in here. So let's have a quick look at, we get our levels sorted. It's not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. In terms of, here comes the track builder. Let's quickly, I just want to see, because last time I really didn't see much of it. I just want to see how much progress they should be able to get this done. They are doing a pretty quick job of it. I hope they can keep going. I don't mind that. That's actually much quicker than I thought. But 34, 36 more days. I hope they can just finish it off. Oh, but now the stuff is going to lay here. How are they going to collect the stuff? Okay, so the demolition is one thing, right? Oh, it's collecting it also. That's cool. Would it be able to take it all at once? Seems like it. Wow. Not enough space to store construction and metal and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's kind of, what does that mean? It's not doing anything, right? Not enough space to store. So what does that mean? I've no idea. Oh, unless... Oh, yeah. Is it... Hang on. So do they have a vehicle collecting it over here? Is it teleporting the stuff? Yeah, it's teleporting the stuff. Oh, beautiful. Well, okay, so obviously it's a little bit unrealistic in the fact that it's teleporting the stuff, but that's okay. Okay, now before we finish off that side, let's quickly do this side first. So I'll switch this back on. We'll drop this one, and what we'll do is let's have a quick look. So now, if we were to do that, oh, it doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to do anything. Okay, well, what we'll do, I will clear this out up to there. And we'll clear that one out all the way there. Right, and now we'll do the rail first, because the rail would love to make sure the rail is actually... Really? Oh, no. Okay, yeah, that looks... There we go. That's starting to look... That's the one. That's the one. That's looking a lot nicer. Let's get the snapping. There we go. And on this side, beautiful. I think that's the one we want. That's looking really much more natural there. Perfect. I think it's still steep, but it's way better than it used to be. It's still steep, but that's way better. That is way better. Switch that off. Okay, so that's awesome. So now we'll just finish off the road pieces here, please. They should be more than comfy. Right, more than comfy. It's fine. Even if we look closely. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's get all of these things, well, the rail at least. Let's get it all collected in there. So that's very good. I'm loving that. Okay, and we'll spend a couple more minutes just finalizing this side. Okay, so what we need to do Let's switch on our level. We need to get it to 28 right over here. So actually, what is our level over here? 28. So let's get our levels up to 28. And what we'll do is we'll get it up to 28 right in this location for a straight. I want a straight bridge because we need a straight bridge, right? For what we're talking about, we need a straight bridge. We're there. That's the level. So let's just see our landing, right? I think if I take a look at my bridge, so that's about, what we need to do, right? The more of that we do, the better. Okay, so that's the one. If we look at the rail side of things, I want a rail bridge. What is our... Oh my. Our best span is 39. Okay, so 39, it's going to be this guy to get the 39 span. I'm not sure that's going to work. This one can turn quite comfortably and get that same span. So maybe we'll turn this one out to... We'll do something with this guy. So let's expand this one. So we can do something with this guy and then run out, because we obviously need to turn that one. So we want the one to go fairly straight, and the other one will just we'll see. But this is going to be a bit of a it's going to cause us a little bit of trouble. Okay, so now with that in place, let's level it again from the center over here. So that should be fine. Okay, so now this is kind of the plan, all right? So what we need to do is need to find ourselves, and I guess we can... do a bit of this, right? So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Well, we'll have to do a little bit of that, right? Like so. And then like that. So that gives us a reasonable bridge connection, which we'll have to check if it works with the rest. Now from here, what we need to do is we need to start tying this stuff in, right? So what we're... So I want to do that, right? It's a little... Oh, it's too awkward, right? It's just, that's too awkward. I need to... do that, and then we'll do this, okay? And then similarly... Ooh, and obviously that's a bit of an issue. We need to do it on both sides. So let's do it from this side also. Okay, so I think that should be okay. So what we want to do a bit of a turn there, and then we'll go down like that. This one will do a little bit of turn here, and then we'll go... Okay, so let's remove the snapping there. Do this, and then tie that one in there. I think, to be honest, I think that is pretty near perfect in terms of getting over that bridge. Okay, so that's great. So I'm going to activate the project. That's fine. That's the one. Now, the other one is the rail bridge. And the rail bridge is bothering me a little bit because 39 meters, it's just going to look so much different. So if we say, for instance, right, we're going to do this. And then we get the snapping back on and we're going to do that. Oh my goodness. They don't even want to line up. That's a bit of a bummer. Let's try it. If we do it from this side, it should be fine though. No, you're on the wrong one, right? There we go. That's okay. Now, how does that look? It is aligned pretty nicely, right? You can get underneath there. You can. These two might be your best channels, but there. You could get through all four of those. I think we're aligned pretty neatly, to be honest. You're just going to have to do your thing and work that out. Okay, so that's okay. We'll do that. And then obviously what we want to do is we want to go down at a rate that is like crazy long. Let's just level up here a little bit. It's a little awkward right here. So let's just level this up a little bit. Let's not create a massive hole here. Okay, so let's smooth that. Okay, so that should be good. Now that's going to help us out a little bit. So let's quickly look at that again. We want something like this, right? I think that's about right. And what we'll do is yeah, that's the one. Okay, so in reality, this is going to be our rail line, right? We want to keep it pretty center there. We'll do something like that, right? And we go around there. And I'll just see if that's a... Might not be a super reasonable kink in there, but I think I'm loving the what we've got there. So let's just try and redo this little bit of a kink through here by trying to ease this this maneuver a bit. So if we were to say actually, let's trim it back even a bit more, something like that, for instance. Okay, and now let's try it. I think now it should be okay. Ah, there we go. Let's get this one done first. Yep, there we go. That's perfect. That is perfect. Let's switch that off. Have a bit of a look at this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That is really smooth. That is really smooth. Now, the only thing is, are we... No, that's fine. We may turn it back into run over there, but I think I'm happy for it to run a fair bit away from the road, to be honest. Let's activate that one also. There we go. So our first canal bridge is, or canal bridge section of bridges is planned. So we'll end it there. That is the end of this episode, guys. Let's have a quick look at our progress. That section's been done. There's all kinds of bits and pieces that the rail and track builders have not got to. All of this is looking nice and healthy. We're up at 8 million mark, which I'm fairly happy to report. What's happening here in terms of construction? Yeah, there's plenty of construction that can quite comfortably make a start. So let's see that section. Oh yeah, we're getting there. They're getting in from that side. We want to make sure that we're getting it in from this side also, though if you're doing multiples, you're going to have issues here. So we'll do this a little slower. But that's really, actually, you want that one first so we can get these tracks built through. At the same time, maybe what we can do is we can continue our construction journey over here, so at least we're not kind of clashing with one another and constantly holding each other up. But that should be pretty good. Oh, that section is done. That is good. All of this is in place. All of this is ready. This one needs a bit of construction support, so let's make sure to build whatever we can over here. These should be under construction, no problems. The tunnel is not yet under construction, so let's make sure to assign everybody for construction activities. The building is done, so maybe we can also assign construction under there. Excellent. So let's make sure to assign whatever crews we have available to the construction activity. That one's done. Is this... Let's make sure to assign these ones as well, just to get all of this little bits and pieces. And then it's just rail, guys. Then it is just rail. Is there anything else that's... Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Good progress over here. We're actually not prioritizing this, but we're halfway through on that one. Everything else is kind of built, ready to go. We can expand here again. Super keen on doing that. How did this go? How did this go? We started seeing a little bit of action here. So let's quickly set the next piece going as well. Just want to make sure there's activities going on. Okay, so get that piece going. We want to... Oh, these two are done. Oh, love it. Love it. That's awesome. Awesome to see all of this going. I'm kind of tempted to build this one also. Not that we're going to use it just yet, but tempted to build all of these things. My goodness, we are progressing like crazy. Really good progress here. I'm just always worried that we're going to run out of fuel. That's a big one for us. Okay, so we've got electrification all the way to here, right? All done all the way up to there. Then we should probably do the electrification of these sections as well. Though they will block us from construction at some of these locations. So that's okay. Let's just leave that in place and we'll continue electrifying. We'll just continue all of this and then we'll electrify. We'll do all of that as well. But we're really moving now. We need to plan what's happening over here in the next episode. So we need a rail construction area plus some additional rail track that runs through here and makes the loop around. That's an important piece for us to make sure we do that. We need to fill in some of these sections also. But yeah, looking very good, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.